Here you are. Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Good to see you again.
Hold on, please. I have to check
What, your webcam or something?
my webcam. Yes, I think so.
All right. Yeah, there seems to be a problem with the webcam. I don't know. I don't know why.
Why? I don't see the symbol of the webcam.
Oh. So are you using like I mean like a MacBook or something? Or just like yeah.
I have a laptop.
Okay.
HP.
All right. HP, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think you can click on my computer, and then yeah, and then choose manage. Yeah, manage.
Oh, okay. Just maybe I have to ask my children to help me. Sorry. A second, please.
Yeah, I mean like it's okay if you don't want to turn on your camera. It's okay.
Ủa? Nhìn thấy gì nào? Hey, giúp mẹ mấy. Mẹ không thấy cái biểu tượng của webcam đâu. Vào setting này. Đấy. Sao em cho mẹ sao mẹ nghe
Ôi nào đừng
bây giờ vào đi.
không rõ là sao.
Sao để được mẹ
Bật cam lên.
đâu? Ở chỗ nào?
Okay, here you go. Welcome back. Okay, so how was your day? You need to turn on your mic. Yeah, the mic isn't turned on. Your microphone, you need to turn it on. Your microphone. Yeah. Okay, I can hear you now.
I can hear you too. I can
Okay.
see you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, how was the morning?
So this morning I went to work.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but only for maybe 3 hours instead of 5 hours. And then I had lunch with a group of friends to say goodbye to one of my co-workers. She left the hospital because she got a new job, new very interesting job in Thailand. She will be working for Google, for Agoda. Sorry. Sorry, but my microphone, I think it doesn't fit to me. When I talk, I cannot hear me clearly, you know.
Really?
So can I remove it? Yes. Maybe I have to buy another one. This one is the old one of my son.
Yeah.
Can I remove? So
Yeah,
like
sure.
the last time, did you see? Did you hear me clearly last time?
Yeah, I can hear you. No problem. Okay. So it seems like you had quite an exciting morning, right? You had an exciting morning.
Sorry, I have to check the voice. It's very slow, very small, your voice.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I have to check how to raise the volume.
Okay, on your computer?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So.
Okay, what about now?
It's okay. It's okay. On my screen, I have a homework, right? You show me something.
Okay, so this is the first exercise of today.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna spend around like maybe 3 minutes to work on this, work on this thing. And we have A and B, 2 columns. Okay, 2 columns. And your job is to match. Yeah, 2 parts of 1 sentence. For example, can you tell me if, all right? And you're gonna have to find the other half, the other half of the sentence.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna give you a few seconds to look at number 1. So we have a question here, right? Can you tell me if?
If you are available on 13 June.
Okay, can you tell me if you're available on June 13? Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, what about number 2? I can't make. I can make. So
I
after
can
make
it that
okay.
week. As I'm on business trip. Sorry, G.
Right. So I can't make it that week as I'm on a business trip, not busy business trip. Okay, it's a business. Yeah, business. 2 syllables only. Yeah, business. 2 syllables.
Oh yes. How can I find out the notes that you did the last time?
Oh, I had a video, and I'm gonna send you also I'm gonna send you the slides. Yeah, in the slides we have all the notes.
Okay, so you will send me, right?
Yeah. I think I'll send you right after this session, around like 4:05. Okay. Right after as soon as we finish this class.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So number 2, I can't make it. Okay, I can't make it that week because I'm busy, as I'm on a business trip. Sorry. So what do you okay? What do you think? What do you think? Yeah, the phrase I can't make it means. Yeah, so what does I can't make it means?
So I can't do it. I can I cannot do it. Do something.
Okay, I can't do it. Yeah, so like for example, when you say that like somebody cannot make it, okay? If someone cannot make it, it usually means they don't have the time to do something or to be somewhere. Okay, they're too busy to attend a meeting, for example, right? So so this morning, for example, we agreed to meet at around like 9 in the morning. But then you were busy and you texted me, sorry, but I won't be able to make it this morning as I'm busy. Yeah, is that clear now? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
That's clear. Okay.
Great. All right, what about number 3? The meeting will
The meeting will
Meeting will what?
take place on 28th November from 10 to 1.
Yeah.
10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yeah, that's the only answer, right? Take place. So what does take place mean?
Take place means happen, be organized.
Yeah.
Um,
Happen, right? Okay. Happen or occur. Take place.
Occur.
Happen,
Yes.
occur. Okay. Number 4, we'd like to have a meeting too.
To discuss problems with the new products.
Yeah, this one is easy. This one is easy. Number 5, I can do what?
I can do
Yeah, this one is difficult, right?
I can do the last one, Jay?
Last one?
No.
Yeah, it's correct.
Yes,
the last one.
Yes, the last
it's,
one.
It's the only option. Okay. It's the only option. All right. So there is this this structure you can use here. Let me tell you. All right. So you can I can do, right, plus let's just say a noun phrase, right? A noun phrase. A noun or a noun phrase. Phrase. Okay. It means you are able. Okay. Able to do something or be somewhere. So for example, if you say to me that, I can do 15th to 18th September, which means that if I have a meeting and I need you to be available on 18th till 15th September, then you are available. If you can say that you can do, right? I can do, September. So it means you are available. Or another example. Okay. So for example, this class, right? This class finishes, and I asked you if tomorrow morning you can attend meeting at around 7 in the morning, and you say, yeah, I can do 7. I can do 7. Okay. If you say I can do 7, which means that you will be available, yeah, you can attend that meeting. I can do 7. I can do 7. I can do 5. Okay. All right. Let's do one last one. Could you give me? Number 7.
Me your availability for the week of 21st January.
Yeah. Can you say that again?
Could you give me your availability for the week of 21st January?
Okay. So there is some. What do you think?
This is only
Yeah.
only choice,
Yeah, that's the only choice, right?
but it's a little bit weird for me. Could you give me?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, maybe yes. Yeah,
No,
I think it's correct.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense, right? It makes perfect sense. So if someone asks you to give them your availability, okay, your availability, yeah, this word is a little bit, bit hard to pronounce, but we can actually do it here. Availability. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Availability.
Availability.
Yeah, availability or
Availability.
yeah, you can say something like this. Availability. Okay. Availability.
Availability.
See?
Mm,
Yeah, so it's easier, right?
yes,
It's
it's
easier.
clear.
Yeah. So sometimes you can actually translate the the sounds into
Yes,
Vietnamese.
yes.
Yeah, I'm not saying that this is the correct method, but sometimes you can do that when it comes to long and difficult words. Availability. For the week,
Availability.
yeah, for the week of January 21st. January 21st. January 21st. All right. Yeah. So yeah, you can ask your for example, your employees or your boss. Okay. You can ask your boss or your co-workers, for example.
Mhm.
Yeah, co-workers, something like this. Right? If you want to know that they can, if you want to know if they can make it, right? You have a meeting, and you want to, what you want the meeting to be held on January 21st, and you want to know if I'm available, right? So you can ask me, well, could you give me your availability for the week
Mhm.
of January 21st, or for the week of like February 21st, something like that. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
All right. So what do you think? We have a question here about, the interrupting culture. Yeah. So what do you think? What is the difference between these countries when it comes to, interruption? So do you think that like you can interrupt people when working with English, speakers?
I think we can.
Okay.
Yeah, but
You
we
think you
have
can?
to say,
You
yeah.
think you can? Mhm.
Mhm.
What about the other one? I mean, Latin America, Southern Europe, or the Middle East? What do you think? What do you think will happen when you interrupt these people?
Uh, for this, because I don't know, so I maybe I guess that
Yeah.
we cannot interrupt them.
Uh,
No.
yeah. Well, so here's the yeah. Here's some info. Okay, some info. So from most English-speaking countries and Southern Europe, we can actually interrupt them if we know how to.
Mm,
Yeah, know how to politely do that. Okay. So
yes.
if you want to interrupt somebody, you can say, I'm sorry, may I speak? May I interrupt? I'm sorry, may I, for example. But
Mhm.
for countries in the Middle East, for example, yeah,
Mm,
it is absolutely, rude, really rude to interrupt somebody, because like, their culture, right?
yeah.
Yeah, they are Muslims,
Mm,
and those people, they're very
mhm.
sensitive, right? They're very sensitive. So be careful when
Mm,
you I mean, this is like this maybe may not happen, you know, at your work, because like you rarely meet somebody from like Latin America or in the Middle East. But if you do like sometime in the future, then be careful.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we have one, two, and three. 1, 2, 3. Okay,
Mhm.
number one being the first priority, the biggest priority, and of course number three. Yeah, number three is the smallest. So what do you think we should do first when setting up a meeting?
Mm. So could you please repeat your question?
Okay, so we have setting a meeting purpose. Number one, checking attendance availability. Number two, and sending emails to circulate info. Number three. One, two, or three. Okay. So yeah,
On the three are important.
yeah, they are important. But which one is the most important, and which one do you do first?
The first one, setting the meeting purpose first.
And why is that?
Because the first thing that we need to know is the purpose of the meeting, so
Okay.
that we basing on that we can check the availability of the attendance that they need to attend to this meeting.
Yeah.
And only when you know this information that you can send email to them to circulate the info.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you have to see and you have to make sure that you understand, what the meeting is for, right? Yeah, what the meeting is for, what you will be talking about during the meeting.
Yeah.
And then you can ask your employees if they're available on that day, on that very specific day. And then if they are, then you can send email, right? You can send emails to give them more details. Yeah. All right. So this one it's pretty easy because you know the steps already. Okay. What about some other activities? Can you think of some other activities that you need to carry out when setting up a meeting?
Other things.
Yeah. Other things.
I need to check. I need to check the availability of the room, of the auditorium.
Yeah.
I need to check what are the attendant of this meeting, the main attendant. We have to choose the one who are involved in this meeting.
Sure.
We do not invite the people they are not interested in the meeting.
Okay.
And
what else? What else? What about the documents?
Documents. Talking about preparation, so I need to prepare the content.
Yeah.
Of
Sure.
the meeting, the slides.
Yep.
Or what kind of documents that I'm giving them.
Okay. Yeah.
To them. Maybe I have to check some information to prepare my documents.
Yeah. So update, right?
Update.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to update the latest. Update.
And I need to think about the questions that the attendants may ask you. And so we prepare the replies for the eventually
Yeah.
question.
So you need to keep yourself up to date. Also, you need to be prepared with the questions and the responses.
Mm.
This is going well. Let's move on. Okay, so we are through this already. Okay, so now we need to focus on, for example, when you meet your boss, okay, or your patients, right? We have a situation where you meet me as one of your patients. Okay, so I'm a patient of yours, and now I need some information on my current condition. Okay, on the current condition of my units, for example. And what information do you think that you will need to clarify? You need to give me.
It depends on what kind of information that the
Mm.
patient is asking you.
All right. So, okay. So let's see. I have been here in the hospital for like around like 6 months.
Mhm.
6 months. And okay, Emma, I need to know if I'm getting better. If
You mean
I'm,
a patient has been in the hospital for 6 months?
yep, am I getting better or worse? So for example, I have COVID. Okay, this is my second time, okay, infected with COVID-19. And I need to know if I'm getting better or worse, and I need to know if I can go home, maybe in the next week, for example.
If you I'm not a doctor, but let's say, for example, I may be a medical secretary of the doctor, or I'm a nurse. So I will tell the patient to wait for the final report of the doctor.
Okay.
So, for example, the doctor have to examine you, and then doctor will decide if you can be discharged or not. So maybe you may be required to do some investigations, like a CT scan or ultrasound, or it depends on your health condition. So normally, if what I see on your patient file, normally you will be charged maybe tomorrow.
Okay. So now let's say that you are a patient. Okay. Let's say you are a patient, and I'm the doctor, or I'm the assistant of the doctor. All right. So when I tell you something like that, you think you'll be happy with the information that I give you?
No, it's too general, and there is no information, except maybe discharged tomorrow. But because if I'm a doctor, the answer will be different.
Okay.
So please be precise if I'm a doctor or an admin staff. Yes.
Okay. So in a situation like this, okay, in a situation like this, you can actually, you can't tell the patient any sensitive information without the permission, right? At the doctor.
Mm, mm.
Yeah, if the doctor says that you can't tell the patient anything, you can't, right? But if you
Yes.
are allowed to tell him or her something about the condition or the day that they will be discharged, then you can say something like, well, yeah, right, I'm not your doctor,
Mhm.
so, right, unfortunately, I can't tell you, okay, exactly what day
Mm.
you can go home. Okay? I cannot tell you what day you can go home, but right, but right, the doctor says that you are making great progress. So,
Mm.
so I think, or so I'm confident that right, you'll be home soon. Something like this. Okay. So here,
Okay.
right here, you don't reveal a lot of information, but you let the patient know that he or she is doing better. Okay. So that gives them like that gives them some hope. Some hope. And they could be, he or she be more, you know, positive,
Mm.
yeah, about their, well-being. Right? And that's a good thing. Right? That's a good thing.
Mm.
Yeah. I actually never worked as a doctor or but yeah, so I have like no real experience. But if I'm a patient, right? I was and I have been a patient before. So when somebody tells me something like this, I feel a bit more relaxed and a bit more comfortable.
Okay.
All right. So we go with the advice, suggestions, and some feedback from the doctors. Yeah. So I think
Mhm.
we'll go on the correct direction. So, for example, now we have the second situation, the second one, when you meet your supervisor, right? Superior. And he or she wants to know if this month, right? If this month you guys are doing well with the patients. What would you say?
I'm glad to hear that. And thank you thank you for letting me know that. I will try my best to do better job.
Oh. Mm,
No?
okay. Do you think that we need something more specific here? So for example, if you guys
Oh,
are doing
mm,
well, okay, if you and your coworkers are doing a good job, then you would want to continue the good job, right?
mm,
The good work that you are doing. So what about giving your superior like a direction or a plan? So maybe next month we will continue this plan, this strategy, something, so that he or she can be, a bit, well, let's just say assured. Yeah. Give more, details about a plan. Right. So maybe one, I'll do this. Two, I'll do that. And three, I'll do these things to keep the work, or even like to even I don't know here to do even a better job than this one. Okay, so we're talking about how you can actually provide or clarify information during a meeting, and we are taking a look at the second situation. When you meet a superior, last month you and your coworkers did a good job, and now your job, right, is to continue the good work. But
Mhm.
the good work is too general, right? It's too general, and you now you need to give me some more information about how you will do it.
Um, well, so because I don't know what is the um, so you want to ask me about um, because in my current job, when my boss give me a compliment, give me an information that this patient uh, is very happy about our service.
Yeah.
So I may also mention about how hard we work with this patient. This patient may be a very difficult patient, and then we got a lot of challenging with him or with her. But finally, we found out the way to satisfy him or her, you know. So we can talk about everything,
Okay.
not just only about the plan in the future.
Mm.
If my boss wants me to report to him about my next plan, how to keep the good work or continue a good work, he will ask me directly.
Oh,
So you know, um, like what are your plans for the next month? Because I want to raise the number of the patients in the X department, for example.
yeah, I get that.
So yeah. Mhm,
Okay, so let's just say we do that. Okay,
mhm.
let's say we do that. We're going over some plans to raise the number
Mm.
of patients. Okay. I want you to give me some like some structures, some expressions that you usually use when you're talking about
Mhm.
these things. Go. I'm your boss now.
Um, so I have to reply to you.
Yeah. So
The
I might be
plan.
asking, what is your plan,
Okay.
right? To increase
So mhm.
next month's number of patients. What would you say here? I don't need we don't need it to be real. We just need you. I just need some like
Okay, I
yeah,
understand
examples.
now. Yeah, example.
Examples.
Okay. 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 So I can create whatever I want, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Just to practice. Okay. So my plan to improve the number of patients next month is that the first thing we have to uh, recruit at least two more doctors in neurology department. You know, because we can see with the post COVID-19, the number of patients who come for a neurology issue is very important. So, but we have only one doctor now, and so one day I observed that we refused at least 4 or 5 patients per day since 3 weeks. You know, no, let's say one more doctor in neurology department, okay, and another one, another doctor. I would like to recruit for psychology department. You know, psychologists. Because many patients who got COVID-19 and now they have problem with their behaviors. They don't actually have any symptoms, but they think that they have a post-COVID-19 symptoms.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So recruiting doctors, and also because at the reception, we are lack of staff too. Because during the COVID-19, we reduced the number of staff due to the pandemic, and now it's time to recruit to the same number of staff like before COVID-19.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so restore, right? The number of staff, the number of the original staff.
Yeah, the original staff.
Okay.
Mhm.
Restore the number of the original staff to deal with, right? To deal
Mhm.
with the patients with
Yes.
the COVID, right? Post-COVID effects. Right, this one. Okay, yeah, I think you did a good job on this one. Yeah, it's very specific.
Mhm.
Understand, even even I'm not your boss, and even I'm not like a staff, right? Somebody who works at a hospital, I can still understand what do you mean here. Yeah, so good job. Yeah.
And
I think we should yeah, okay. We can skip this part and go straight to this one. Okay, so the vocab today includes 4 words. And I think you know all these 4 words already, right?
yes.
Well, can you give me an example on the word dynamic?
Dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic.
For this position, I would like to recruit a very dynamic staff.
You would like to recruit a dynamic staff. Okay. Why? And what is the reason for example, why do you need dynamic people?
Because the dynamic people can handle different jobs in the same time, and they can work as admission officer. They can work as secretary or even the care assistant when we need. In the past, I recruited already 2 dynamic staff. I don't know if you remember. Now they are working in the X department, and they have a higher level of salary, and they are very happy.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, but I have a question here. For example, if you had to choose, okay, between somebody who is dynamic and somebody who is reliable, okay, which one would you choose?
Reliable people is more important.
You can say I'd go for, right, the reliable.
I'll go for
Yeah, I'd go
the
for the reliable.
reliable.
Mhm. Or
I go for the reliable
okay.
because
How about-
we can count on them. We can rely on them, and
Yeah.
so we can share with them many information about the new plan of the board of directors, and
Yeah.
you know,
Right. There's another expression that you can use here, which is to put your bet on somebody or something. Right.
Mhm.
So you know the word bet, right?
No,
Bet.
I don't know this word. Bet.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. Mhm.
All right. So if you put your bet on somebody or something, you are that good. Yeah, on that person or that let's just say that situation or that event or that tool.
Mm.
If you want to say, if you say you know, I would put my bet on you, right? If you say to somebody, to your one of your colleagues, to your boss, to your older brother, for example, I put my bet on you. So that means that you believe that that person can actually do some good work. So yeah,
Mm.
right? I go for, or I put my bet on somebody reliable, right? A reliable person who can be trusted.
Mm.
Who you can trust.
Okay.
Yeah. What about somebody who's flexible? If you have to choose between somebody who is dynamic or somebody who's flexible, so which one?
Um, um, Flexible. Is it flexible is someone who who is able to um,
Oh,
is able to deal with situation easier than someone
yeah.
is not flexible.
All right. Yeah, I understand.
Um,
So we're talking about somebody who,
mm,
yeah, flexible, right? Flexible. It means,
flexible. For example, yes,
okay, just go ahead. Go ahead.
it means someone, for example, with this patient, to certify this patient, the staff knows about the behavior of the patient, knows about the psychology of this patient, and he or the staff may use some words or some expression that make the patient happy, you know.
Yeah.
But for but for some patient, even though they are not happy, but they blame the staff.
Mm.
They yes, they think that with the money they can buy everything. But this staff will be very strict enough with the patient and make them understand that we have the rules in the hospital. So flexible. I don't know how to say in English.
Yeah. Well, flexible is the, it's pretty general, right? It's pretty general. It doesn't give you a lot of sense on that person. But if you say somebody who's good with people, and that's a lot better. So if somebody's good with people, for example, I'm good with people, so I can actually tell them what to do. I can convince them out of a difficult situation. So for example, if I'm good with people, then when I meet a patient, I can make him or her feel safe and feel more comfortable. Even though their condition is not getting any better, I can still, right? I can still make them feel relaxed, and I can still, yeah, assure them of their, you know, yeah, their health. Yeah,
Mm.
I can make them feel good.
Assure them.
I can make them feel good. Yeah. So we have another word, which is resourceful. Resourceful. Resourceful.
Uh, resourceful. But they're
Yeah.
resourceful, like multifunction.
Oh,
No.
yeah, yeah. They're close in meaning. Multifunctional, right? Multifunctional. Multifunctional. Yeah, and resourceful. Yeah, these two words, they're close in meaning. They're close in meaning. Yeah, but if you say that somebody, you really use the word multifunctional, for people. You see, yeah, it's really used for people. It's used for things, other things. Right? For example, like a computer, a laptop, your iPhone, for example. Right? But you say that somebody is multifunctional, it sounds a little bit weird. You can say that somebody is resourceful, and that's natural.
Okay.
But somebody who is multifunctional, that doesn't sound like a person. Okay, it doesn't sound like a human being.
It's for things, no, not for human
Yeah.
being.
Well, you can still make people understand that that person is flexible and resourceful, but it's not natural. All right, let's get to the part where we do some actual here. Right. So this is listening. And you remember the steps that we talked about, last lesson?
Yes.
All right. So now I need you to just like read this, okay? And if you come across any phrase or any word that you don't know the meaning, then I want you to guess first. Okay? I want you to guess first. I want you to understand for example, we have here the conversation of around like three people, right? Three people. And I want you to understand what they are talking about here. Okay, so for example, you can break it down, right? You can break the conversation down to parts, right? Break conversation down to maybe three parts. Okay, in part one, right? They talk about, right? What? In part two, the same thing. And part three. Right. So for example, here you have in part one, right? The person number one says, I think listening to others really makes meetings more effective. What do you think? Right? What do you think? So the other person, the second, right, the second speaker will answer these questions. Yeah. He may agree or not agree. Okay, he may agree or not agree. And let's just say Okay, number two, we have like, do you agree that having strong opinions doesn't have to make doesn't help to make meetings more effective? And the speaker continues to say yes and no, right? And
Mm.
yeah, and then the next one we have, that's true. So what do you think about preparing carefully? Mhm.
Mm.
Right. And some questions. So for example, right, you heard them, you after you read and you listen. Maybe you can tell me. Yeah, two questions. What are some good things that you need to have in meetings? And what are some other things that you want to avoid? You ready?
Mm.
Okay, I'm gonna give you let's just say 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes to read and to understand the main point of the conversation. Okay, you good?
Yes.
Let's go. Let's do this. So, are there any phrases that you don't know?
Mm. So I think I can understand everything.
Oh, really?
Just only keeping to the point.
Keep.
Uh,
Okay.
yes,
So
keep
you're
to the
talking
point.
about, okay.
Uh,
Keep
I
it.
can guess. Yes, but
Yes, what do you think?
I'm not sure.
Just guess.
Keep to the point. Keep it to the point. Um, tell what we think. The we have to go straight to the we have to share the opinions that the ideas that we really think about it, not just to talk about what you don't think like that in your head, but just to be polite.
Okay. Yeah. So when you say that we need to keep the meeting to the point, right? You mean that you want people, you want your colleagues, you want your coworkers to focus on the most important part. So for example, right, the purpose of this meeting is to resolve, right, a problem with the patient, to make him or her feel better. So you want you want the meeting to be to be focused on the solutions. How, right, you can make him or her feel better about their condition. And that's the only thing you want to talk about in this meeting, for example. So you tell people, I want all of us to keep it to the point. I don't want any, I don't want any trivia. I don't want to talk about other things. I only have 5 minutes to discuss this. So I want you to go straight to a solution, to a way that we can resolve this. Yeah, so that is the meaning of
Yes.
keeping it to the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay. So okay.
Maybe thinking creatively.
All right.
That
Think.
trying to solve problems in new ways.
Yeah. So you're talking about think outside the box. Okay, think outside the box. Right? Think smartly. Think smartly. Right. So maybe the crowd, right? Other people go south, right? Other go south. Others they go south because they think it's the is the good direction, but you don't. You go north. Right? You go north. You go against the people. Okay, you go against the crowd because you think that go north is a better option. So that is think creatively, right? In Vietnamese, we have like the phrase, okay.
Ông nói gà bà nói gì?
No, ý khác rồi.
No.
Or tư duy khác biệt. Okay, tư duy khác biệt. It means that you think in a unconventional way, untraditional. Yeah, so everyone says that 1 + 1 = 2. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2. But you said no, it's not. 1 plus 1 in this situation equals 0 or equals 3, and you explain the situation to them. Yeah, so that's what they call think creatively. Yeah, because you see a different option, you see a better option, and you see that this situation is not a usual situation. Okay, so you need to think creatively. Okay, anything else here?
No, that's all.
All right, so let's take a listen. Let's take a listen.
Unit 1, Speaking Focus, 6C.
I think listening to others really makes meetings more effective. What do you think?
Yes, that's a very important point. Many people don't want to listen. They just want everyone else to listen to them. And often they're the ones with the strong opinions. Do you agree that having strong opinions doesn't help to make meetings effective?
Yes and no. If nobody has strong opinions, then perhaps it's difficult to reach any decisions. I think it's fine to have strong opinions if you're prepared to listen and to compromise.
That's true. So, what do you think about preparing carefully?
I think that's essential because it saves time.
Me too. I go to so many meetings where you have to explain everything again to people who haven't read the relevant reports.
Oh, that's really annoying. But you should still be polite in those situations.
Yes, that's true. You always have to be polite, even when people say things you don't agree with. But I'm not sure that makes meetings more effective. Things would get done more quickly if we could speak more directly.
What do you mean by that?
Well, sometimes people don't say what they really think because they don't want to be impolite, but it can waste time.
True. Keeping to the point definitely makes meetings more effective.
I agree completely. You need a good chair to make sure people stick to the agenda.
I don't really understand what thinking creatively means, do you?
Well, I suppose it means trying to solve problems in new ways. But I don't think that meetings are the place for this. It's good to do this before the meeting so you can propose your ideas during the meeting.
So that's part of preparing, really. So shall we just go over what we've said so far?
Okay, we decided that listening to others, preparing carefully, and keeping to the point are the best ways to make meetings more effective.
Yes.
Okay, that's it. And okay, you have listened to the conversation. What do you think? What is good for a meeting? What do you think?
I totally agree with them that to have an effective meeting, we need to listen to other people. To prepare, do the good preparation for the meeting.
So
And
give me the list. Yeah, the list. The three things. Three things. The three most important things for a meeting. Three most important things. Okay, number one. What is the number one?
number one is listening to the other.
Okay, listening to others. And number two?
Number two is preparing.
Okay. Preparation.
Preparation.
And number three?
Number three is keeping to the point.
Yep. Yeah. Focus, right? Focus on
The main point.
Yeah, main point. Okay, what about some things you shouldn't do during a meeting?
You shouldn't thinking creatively,
Okay, why?
because it's a waiting it's a waiting time. You have to prepare in advance
Okay, yeah.
before going to the meeting to present your ideas to.
Yeah, so if the meeting is already here and you are starting to think creatively, then it's a waste of time because the meeting is very stressful and also it's short, right? It's not enough time for you to come up with something brilliant, something good. So you need to come up with an idea before the meeting happens. Mhm. What about some other things? For example, besides thinking creatively.
We need to read the content, the documents before going to the meeting. So you are talking about the attendant or the attendee?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reading the content
Yeah.
of the documents before entering the meeting room.
Yeah. So number two,
Do
right?
not waste. Yes.
You should not be unprepared. Yeah. Yeah, you should be unprepared. So when you attend a meeting and if you didn't have the time, to read the documents, then at least ask somebody, right? Ask your coworker, ask anyone who can actually give you a sense of what the meeting is about. Because if you don't know what the meeting is about or you don't know what is in the document, then it's bad that you don't attend that meeting. Okay,
Yeah.
you're going to waste everybody's time. And number three, what are number three? Do you think that people should, have, right, and defend their strong opinions?
Yes or no? Yes and no.
Yes or no? Okay.
Because yes, because if you you come up with a strong opinion, it makes opinion it makes the meeting meaningful. We have the solution for the issue. But no, if you don't know, because how to say in English, no, if you just want to show up, you don't listen to others,
Okay.
and just you want to protect your ideas. Only you are right and not others. So you need to compromise. I don't know. It's what I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's correct.
I think we could and both agree that you can stand by your thinking, right? If you think something is good, you should stand by it and you should defend it. But actually you should
What does it
also
mean? You stand by?
stand by. You know the verb stand, right? Stand, it means
Yes.
đứng, right? So if you
Yes.
stand by something, you support that thing.
Yes, support.
Just support. Yeah, you support. So if you stand by me, okay, you say that, well, I stand by him on this matter. I stand
Can I say thank you for standing by me for this time? No. Thank you for supporting me.
Thank you
I always
thank you for standing by my side.
By my side.
Yeah, thanks for. Right?
Side. Side.
Standing by my side. Right? And this means, right? This means thanks for, right, supporting me, for helping me, okay, for being there for me. Yeah, there's like a lot of different ways for you to talk about, to thank somebody for standing by your side, supporting, helping, being there for you. All right, yeah. So I think this today's lesson, you you have gotten yourself more familiar with my my way of going. Familiar. Methods.